We're going to go over everything that I think is important for you to know right in the beginning. For those of you that already can do some sweep picking, there's exercises at the end with tabs and some other visual aspects to help you along further. But for the uninitiated, and for those of you that are struggling with some of these aspects, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be in the beginning of here that's definitely going to help you. So let's get into it. Sweep picking. Very difficult to grasp. And I think a lot of the reason for that is because when we see someone doing like alternate picking, for instance, that's very kind of easy for our mind to understand. The pick goes in, your finger goes down. As you're moving your fingers up, the pick goes back and forth. Now, there is detail to that too, but it's not quite as hard to grasp as whatever is going on with this. A common question I get is this a scale or what is this? 90% of the time when we are sweep picking purely arpeggios. An arpeggio just means broken chord, okay? It means to play each note singly, okay? And try your hardest not to let them bleed into each other. One thing that comes up all the time, finger rolls, something like this. That's what that is, okay? So getting that to sound clean and sound like single notes as if you were putting your fingers on each one of those notes, that is something that almost every single person struggles with in the beginning. Basically, the only line of defense is the flatter and more narrow part of your finger. There's a bunch of bumps. There's like these convex, concave areas here. That's harder. The side of your finger, for the most part, is pretty flat. And so when we're doing this, I always just roll that whatever finger I'm using just a little bit over. But you're definitely going to want this under control when you go to do these things. You know what I mean? Next. This is probably the number one question I get all the time. How do you mute when you're doing this? It's hard to say what's the right amount of muting, what is a bad amount of muting. I would say if you're choking out the strings and there's no tonal quality coming through at all, then that's probably bad. And if all the notes are just ringing out and making a bunch of noise, that's probably bad too. So somewhere in between there, okay? If you're trying to make it sound like there's no muting, and that's the objective, whether you play something that's more like this, or an Evertune, or if you play a Floyd, this is pretty much it, okay? Here's your bridge, and right where the saddles end and the string is loose, okay? That's kind of like the area right there. You want it to be looser. Feel where your hand gets past that area back here. The further you get into this area, the more muted it will be. It being muted can be a cool sound. Maybe you want that for a song. I don't know. But I would just play around with that area right where the saddle meets the string, okay? Pick angle. Now, again, this is something that definitely could be argued back and forth. And will be, probably. I've gone back and forth over my entire life about what is the right thing to do. And I certainly do not claim to have, like, invented this concept. But, in my opinion, you're going to want to keep the pick slanted. Just like that. It's pretty exaggerated, and you might do less or you might do more. So, like, just let it fall into each string. I also like to tilt the pick just a little bit, okay? Not enough to where you lose the attack. Also want to add that it just doesn't matter what type of pick you use. Let's do the old Jazz 3, huh? Let's try the Mick Thompson pick, huh? Doesn't make a difference. The tone is a little bit more rolled off, that's for sure. But the technique stays exactly the same. Let's try a Jazz 3 Max Grip. Again, this is a little sharper than the Mick Thompson pick, but the tone only changed. I do not feel a difference really in the technique. How about we try a brand new sharp 88. Geez, that just has the best tone. How about, let's do a sharp 73. Again, I like that tone. How about this insane 2 mil Prodigy pick, huh? What is this gonna sound like? Oh, here we go. Sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Probably go through a ton of strings with this though. I mean, that is a beast. What else do I got in here? I also have this odd Prodigy 1.5 pick. It's got kind of a weird shape to it. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, that feels weird. I mean, it feels strange in my hand. But yeah, I mean, it still sounds good to me. Technique says good. Does your technique change if you're playing a sweep picking pattern slower? I think it does. I think that the muting is obviously way more important at that point, and my hand motions get more exaggerated the slower I go. When you're trying to outline like a chord progression or something, like I think that it's just a whole nother skill has to be developed there. So yes, playing slow is something you should practice. We'll do both. Do all of it. We're going to do something that is called subdivision practice. Okay? And that is where we'll change the subdivisions over and over again as we're going. And we're going to just switch back and forth. What this does gives you a little bit of time for your brain to connect with what's going on. And then we're going to do a burst of speed. Even if you don't nail that, okay? And it sounds like crap, go back to the slow thing, do it again. Then try to hit that fast one again. What you're going to find is that because you're even doing a couple of the notes right and then coming back to the thing you can do, your speed and accuracy absolutely will improve way faster than the old school method of just bumping it up a couple of BPM every week. Although if you do that, you will see improvement. But I swear to God this works better. So that's how we're going to do all of this. Here's your pick hand. The second shape is going to be what I would consider an A shape, okay? Let's go ahead and do it. Here's your pick hand for the A shape. The next one is the bottom half of our F sharp. We're just going to do the bottom three strings, so here we go. picking hand for the D shape. Well, that's all for now. Definitely going to be making more videos in the future. For now, this is a good start. If you have questions or you have suggestions for what should be in the next videos, or you just want to be talking, it's all good. Anyways, my channel is small. I need more subscribers. If you like what I did, support my work. Subscribe.